Hey fam, good to not see you, but I'm glad that you can see me. I want to share with you a little bit out of Mark chapter 7 today. It's a chapter that many of us have been going through this week at Moran, either individually or with groups of friends or in house churches, just taking a closer look at Jesus and his life. And the story that stuck out to me this week particularly was the story of the Gentile woman who comes to Jesus, asking him to come and cast a demon out of her daughter. And Jesus says to her in this, it's in verse 27, "Let the children be fed first, for it is not right to take the children's bread and throw it to the dogs," which I think is Jesus' way of saying, I'm here to minister to the Jew first, because she's a Gentile woman. And she answers with, "Yes, Lord, but even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs," which I believe is her way of saying, yeah, but we Gentiles want to eat too, and we get to eat too. And then Jesus said to her, "For this statement, you may go your way. The demon has left your daughter." Now, I find this interaction to be utterly fascinating because in essence, what happens is Jesus gives a woman an answer to her request. He says no. And she comes back at him and she says, but really, Lord? And gives a rationale to him that actually changes his mind, it seems, and causes him to grant her what she asked in the first place. Wow! I don't have that kind of relationship with God in my life of prayer. Now, one of my favorite pastors, Eugene Peterson, once said that when we look into the Gospels and we see the ways that people interact with Jesus, we have an opportunity to be schooled in prayer because the nature of prayer itself is conversation with God. So as we look at people in the gospel stories talking to God himself in Jesus, we have a chance to learn and then an invitation to enter into interaction with God in those ways. So if we look at this story and we see that a Gentile woman is coming to Jesus, asks him for something, he gives her an answer, and she comes back at him respectfully, his heart is persuaded, and he grants her what she requests. It makes me wonder, does God also extend to us the invitation to relate to him in a new way where we're able to have a conversational relationship with him in our prayer life, where we go to him, we request something, maybe we hear an answer. Do we have the space? Does this story even allow us the space in our life of prayer to have a conversation with Jesus and to be welcomed into greater intimacy and relationship with him, to know his voice? At the end of the day, of course, our own wills and our requests being rooted in a desire for the kingdom of God and his righteousness on the earth and not our own kingdoms, which I would also say must be the qualifier of our response to Jesus in this. So I hope that you're encouraged as I am with this story today, and I hope that you're able to continue to read about Jesus and the interactions that he has with folks as a means of feeling invitation from him who is alive today in us to act and interact with him in the same ways that we see in the scriptures, because he is alive and because he is welcoming us into deeper depths with him. I love you all. I miss you like crazy.